Hey gamers and hobbyists, welcome to Infinite Dice. We are going to go over a tutorial on basing today. Alright, so these iron jaws I just did up. Did this interesting base style that we are going to go over and share with you. Alright, so you start off by grabbing some bases, obviously. And once you select your bases, just normal Elmer's glue will work. We're going to put on the first layer of graded sand. I'm not sure what sand gradation I am using currently. Put a nice thin layer of glue all over the base. And then we are going to just plop this in there, kind of shake it around and pull it out. And then our graded sand will come off like this. I just got this at a classic hobby store. I think this is the Citadel sand sold by Games Workshop. And it will look like that, nice smooth layer. And now I'm going to use some super glue to put on a little bit heavier, larger rocks to give it a little bit larger, different amounts of texture. And again, just knock it into the disposable bin you got there. So this is the setup, how far we are into it now. And you can see the finished product on the iron jaws right there. Alright, time for priming. So the two different grays, one is again the Citadel gray that I used for most of the bases, but then I also had in-house this just local hardware store gray, and I wanted to show you the difference because the Citadel gray is about $14, and this other gray from just the local hardware store is about $4 if. So huge difference. So I wanted to show you what they both look like because I happen to have both on hand. A little bit closer look at that so you can tell what you like. And then, here's just all of them. One of them is the gray from the local store. Can you see which one? I will give you a hint. It is this one. Haha. Alright, bring them back inside, and now it's time to ink. I'm going to ink with the Drakenhof Nightshade. Now, this is the first time I've inked bases. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it again, but I wanted to show you this process on how I went through it and what the product ended up looking like. So again, the Drakenhof Nightshade. We're going to open that up and get the beater brush out. Nothing, no special brushes on this one. We're just going to dab. We're just going to drown this stuff in ink. So that's what the base looks like halfway done. Just kind of showing you that I'm just dabbing it on. And then all the way complete. Wet and still shiny, of course. And then two of them complete next to the still gray bases from before. Now we're going to grab the Screaming Skull. This is one of my favorite colors. It is a lighter color. We're going to be dry brushing again with a beater brush, and we're going to be dry brushing to bring this up. After we put the shade on to add the shadow, we're going to Screaming Skull to add our highlights. And then again with the beater brush, just highlight the whole thing. You kind of get you can see this blue right here that kind of starts to form. And that's what it looks like. A little bit later I realized I wanted to be taken up about another layer up, so I added a little bit more Screaming Skull onto that large base. The other two bases I was working on were still drying. I couldn't wait for them, so I just carried on with other bases I had going on. And that's again a close-up of what it looks like, and I brought it up just a little bit more. And then this is the progression of uncomplete here, just primed after the ink, and then after our highlights. This picture I put in to show you what it would look like without the highlights. Again, that's fine. You can just kind of see some of the brown showing through from the regular gravel because the primer doesn't get through all the nooks and crannies. And also you can kind of see it just doesn't quite have the depth that the ink does. So although that's kind of a large step that adds a lot of time, I find it to be a necessary one. And then I'm using this Citadel Glade Grass, as you can see on this base here. And for this, again, we're going to use super glue, dabs of super glue. Dabs of super glue like you see right there. And then kind of just pile it on and knock it off. I like to go small area by small area so I can control the effects. So So doing a little bit more, again, keeping it concentrated in a small area. And that's what it looks, a couple of them look like near completion. And now finally all we have to do is the rim, the edge of the base, which in this series I'm doing it with just black. And that's what our final product looks like. So again, these are the bases I'm working on the iron jaws. I'm going to finish up all the iron jaws with this, and I kind of wanted to just make a tutorial, let you guys see how it's doing. Thank you for watching Infinite Dice. Catch you guys next time.